Mm, 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 mm. Good morning. Hello. We are going live with week 3. And we're gonna rock out. Before I rock out though, I don't own anything in the background. But I literally first of all, let's just get started. Listen, like, share, all of that great stuff. And then we're gonna rock out. I'm gonna give you a chance to join me live. Make sure you like, make sure you share. We're doing week 3 of the Launching Pad series for your 2026. Took everything in me to do this live today, but I wanted to make sure I stayed committed to what I said I was gonna do. So rock out with me, join. I know you may be at work, whatever. Watch the replay again, like, share, all of that great stuff. But let's rock out together and let's grow together. Here we go. Let's grow. What's up? Welcome. I see you guys are joining. This is week 3 where we are talking about the launching pad. Listen, first of all, before I even get started again, I said earlier, I really, took me some time to do this. I want to I send up my prayers. So much is happening, right? So much is going on. If you're on, dialogue with me, say good morning, or put the number 1 in the chat, say, or put the butterfly in the chat, say, girl, I'm ready, I want to grow with you. But before I do that, I want to give send my condolences to a couple of people. Man, it's so much that's happening within my city. If you're not from here, I'm from Texas, in the Point Blank area, and so much is happening. Childhood friends that have passed on, as well as cousins, and crazy stuff that's happening. Man, my heart goes out to my family, to my Green family, to my cousin Talisha, Pumpkin, and to everyone else. And I don't want to get to talking about it because, yeah, it's a lot. But to anyone that's out there experiencing that, especially right before Thanksgiving, um, anyway, so I send my prayers, but I want to do this. Um, and I pray that I get through this because I want to do it, to actually talk about, launching your 2026. Again, this was hard for me. Hey, Liz, what's up? Yes, put in the screen. Hey, thank you, Liz. I needed that hey right at that moment. You know, I'm a crybaby. So I needed that hey right at that moment. Okay. But to everyone that is joining, listen, we're going to be talking about, can you put it in the screen, launching 2026, LaunchPad for 2026. I want you to put that in the screen, LaunchPad for 2026. And I'm trying to share these on my platform. So just bear with me. LaunchPad for 2026. We're going to kind of talk and shout out. Talk and just kind of dialogue. So far, we've been talking about, if you join me for the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about different things, right? We talked about the importance of the blueprint of what you're doing. Again, so much is going on. Hello, I see y'all. So much is going on. So much is happening. But we want to make sure that we're still planning for our next, through trials, through tribulations, through adversity, learning to plan, but also take a pause to heal, right? I want you to be able to do that. Whatever you're doing, can you type in the screen heal? You got to take a pause to heal. And this is a season really to take a pause of gratitude. Lord, I thank you that you given me another day that was not promised to me, that was not guaranteed to me, right? And so much other stuff that's going on, right? But I wanted to definitely share. I don't know where I'm going, y'all. I'm trying to do 2 things in once, okay? But definitely, yeah, here we go. See, Liz, I need somebody else to help me. You gotta heal, you gotta forgive, and you gotta have gratitude, especially when God has given you another opportunity to be here and be here on this earth. Okay. So you definitely need that. But with that, I definitely want to encourage this particular thing, is that my husband and I always talk about, if you don't plan for your next, you will find yourself stuck. You will find yourself complacent. Good morning, Lamisha. You will find yourself complacent. You will find yourself at a place of wanting to quit and wanting to give up. And then there's a saying that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail to plan. That something to that nature. I may have not said that right, but it's learning that you literally have to get to a point of planning for your next. If you don't, you will find yourself in a place of complacency and a place of stuck. And so for the last 3 weeks, I have been talking in the month of November the importance of launching your 2026, creating a launching pad for that, making sure that you're going to a place of learning how to refocus, realign. We talked about that last week. Watch the video in that, how to refocus, how to realign, how to be able to go to the next level and the next height in what you're called to do, right? Refocus, realign. Boy, I see all these trolls, Jesus, on the main line on my YouTube. Love you much. But I realized that you got to refocus, you got to realign, and you got to be able to go to your next level. So I need you to type in the screen, my next level is waiting for me. Can you type that? My next level is waiting for me. My next level of success, my next level of growth, my next level of opportunities, my next level of walking into my divine destiny, my next level of what God has designed me and called me to do. It is my time, Tonya. It is my season for me to be able to realign, get refocused, get to a place where I want to grow and glow and go to the next level of what you call me to do. And when we learn to do that, oh my gosh, we literally learn how to tap into the very things. Good morning, Sister Lee. How to tap into the very things that we're called to do. So if you're ready to transform for me, I need you to type in the screen next level. I'm not next level. I need you to type in the screen transformation. I'm ready. I'm ready. Or type transformation or the butterfly. I'm ready, Tonya. Let's rock out. As we talked about the unstuck, as we talked about, I feel like I'm getting my focus back. Yeah, Sister Lee, I'm sitting up here. I'm trying to get my focus because so much. Anyway, so what I realized is that sharing these principles and these tools with you guys, sharing these principles and these tools with you guys, we really literally have to learn the process of growing and going to the next level. Is learning that I need principles that would allow me to process so I can progress in life. And when I learn to do that, I'm able to go to the next level that God has called me to do. Good morning, Nicole. Go to the next level. So before you can ever launch anything in 2026, this here live today, I want to encourage you and show you different principles that you can use before you launch that program, before you launch that product, before you launch that brand, that business, or before you relaunch or whatever you decide to do, or before you even start anything. I want to encourage you in here. Somebody say transformation. I love it. I want to encourage you in here on this live is that in order to pre-launch anything, there has to be some tools and principles in order to do that. And it's all about doing it the smart way. Is there a smart way? Probably not. But it's all about planning. The smart way for me is to write the vision down, make it plain so whoever can read it can run with it. That is the smart way of doing this. You got to be willing to write the vision down, make it plain so whoever can read it can run with it. And that includes you. That includes you. You got to be the person that is willing to run with it. So what does that look like when I get to running and doing what God has called me to do? I got to be willing to set stuff in place. I tell people all the time, anything you see us doing, anything you've seen us put in place, you literally have to, you got to know that it had to be some planning with this. You can't just go, what's up, Ashley? You got to know that there's some planning with this. You got to be willing to plan and prepare. And we talked about that the last 2 weeks. But today I want to talk about pre-launch your power. Type that. I know we did transformation. I wanted to make sure y'all was listening. And I wanted to make sure all the people that's, yeah, anyway, if y'all seen what was going on my YouTube right now, you'll be like, girl, how you block them folks? But I want you to type in the screen, pre-launch power, pre-launch power, pre-launch power. This is literally my goal, and my husband and I, we got to do a podcast about the importance of vision boards. I'm going forever. If I could show y'all and turn my camera around, I have an actual vision board that is on my vision board. And I realized this is the month that I start planning and preparing for my next, right? And so that's why I really wanted to do this. Excuse everything that was before all this, y'all. It was a lot going on in these comments. But I'm back. but I wanted to be able to pre-launch. I always make sure I pre-launch or get to a point of understanding that my power is in my planning. Type that. Yes, Lamisha. Yes. Do I need to get the company? You understand me? I done had to ban them, baby. I'm like, what is going on here? I ain't never had that happen. I think I hit the wrong button, whatever. Baby, it was like 18, 19 people on this live. Like, what is going on? Okay, so anywho, uh but I realized that in the planning, when I look at my vision board, and some of y'all did the vision board with us, and I may end up doing a vision board party before I go on a break in December. But it might be December, beginning of December. But this is what I found out, Sister Lee, that in the midst of this, Lamisha, they didn't stop. You can stay on Facebook, sugar. They didn't stop. In the midst of this, I look at my vision board and I've done everything except for one thing that I set out to do. And the one thing that I set out to do, it has not happened, but I'm believing it's going to happen for next year. And so when I look at it, those things that I've asked God for, I end up doing because I didn't just have a dream board, but I had a vision of what I wrote the vision down, made it plain, and I put it in front of me every day. And it's sitting in my office. I can't look past it. It's also on my phone. I can't look past it. I have it in front of me. Type in the screen. Whatever you're wanting to do and launch, you need to have it in front of you, somewhere that you're able to see it. If it's a picture on your phone, if it is in front of you and you're a place that you're at all the time, if it is a reminder of what you're supposed to do, it is very important to be able to get to a point that you are constantly having what you said and set out to do, almost like you're making a covenant within yourself to get this done. It's almost like I'm making a covenant within myself, Tonya, to get this done. I'm making a declaration that this is what I want to do. This is what I plan to do. And I'm not going to sit on it. I'm not going to wait for validation. I'm not going to wait for someone to okay what I've done. I'm literally going to walk out on the things that God has designed him. If that's you, I need you to put the number 2. That's me, girl. I'm literally going to walk out on these things that I've designed to do. And I'm going to do everything in my power to take it one step at a time. As I share with my BAM community, I'm going to make sure that I eat the elephant one bite at a time, because my vision is as big as an elephant. And I realize that when I push out things in this season, I'm not pushing out babies, but I'm pushing out elephants. Come here. I'm pushing out elephants. Do I have anybody that's pushing out some elephants around the room? I see you. Tonya, I'm pushing out elephants. I'm believing that this thing that God has given me is so much bigger than me, so much bigger than what I'm called to do. Baby, you know, they don't play about me. They didn't say we going to YouTube and we finna shut these people down. But but I realize I'm pushing out an elephant. You understand me? I'm pushing out something that is so much bigger than me. But even though I'm pushing out elephants, I'm going to do this one bite at a time. Come here, Nicole. I'm going to do this one bite at a time. Because what happens is someone told us that as soon as we get the idea, as soon as we get this thing we want to start, we need to hurry up and make it happen quick. No, the devil is a lie. Take your time. Because this is what I found out. And I heard Tabitha Brown. I love Ain't Tab, baby. Ain't Tab be out here talking. She said this: when you're building a business or you're becoming an entrepreneur or you're building anything, it's going to take time. And I'm speaking to every entrepreneur that's on this call right now, that when you're building a business, and she said this, not my words, but hers, and I'm going to probably mess them up, so go Google it for yourself. But she said these words. She said, when building a business, it's like when you're having a baby. Somebody say, take your time. Yes. Liz, it's like having a baby. When you are pregnant, if you've ever had a baby before, put the number 1. Put the number 1. So you're going to know this process. And I'm going to talk about that. And then I'm going to give you my principles and I'm going to go. But number 1, them folks took over my time, so I got to get my time back. Number 1, put the number 1. Tonya, I didn't had a baby before, so I know the process of going through it. Even if you haven't and you started something, you know the process. So if you never had a baby, let me tell you how it works. So literally, when you have a baby, you go through what you call the first trimester. And within the first trimester, what's going to happen in that first trimester, you may go through some sickness, what do you call it? morning sickness, which is all day sickness. You may go through a moment of nausea. You got to be close. You got to be careful because this is your first trimester. That second trimester is not as bad. You get a little more comfortable, then the baby get a little bigger and start to moving, right? And then these things start to happen. Then you get into the third trimester, and now it is at a place where after the third trimester, you almost become a little bit comfortable with this baby in your belly, but it's going to be a time and a season that you're going to have to push. Now it's time to push. And when you push this baby out, it is a pain excruciating so bad that will make you want to lose your mind up in here. You turn into another person. Please tell me I ain't the only one. Come on. I need you to heart it up right there. Tonya, I know what you're talking about. And it's in the midst of pushing that baby out. But once the baby come out, it is like, man, I did it. This is something that I had and I did it, right? But here's the thing about business and entrepreneurship. You got to go through it all over again. So the baby turns 1. Now you got to learn how to handle the baby. You got to go through the part of raising the baby up and being there with the baby. Come here, business owners. You got to be able to nurture your business. You got to be able to learn the policies and procedures. You got to be able to write the policies, procedures. It becomes a part of you. Let the church say amen. You literally got to be able to stay connected to the business. Now, when the baby turned about 1, okay. 1, they're more they can move on their own. You can kind of drop that baby off at daycare. Come here, Liz. You can this is not enough for me have children. I know. But you can drop that baby off at the daycare. When it turned about 2, you kind of okay with them being at the daycare. You're not really, you feel like they can walk on their own. It's the same way in business. My business is 5 years, really a couple of years old. 2015 I started, but our Harden Enterprise is 5 years old. We're about to birth out something else that is another nonprofit that we're doing. We already got one, but this new one that we're about to birth out, it's like having a baby all over again. Can somebody say it? You never stop having this baby all over again, because God will give you. And when you get this baby turn 2, by that time, to all my business owners, you should have some employees. Okay, you should have some employees working for you, but it's a process of it, and it's learning how to launch this thing just right. So what am I coming to tell you? That do not wait, especially if you already have a business, especially if you're already having ideas, especially if you've already started. Now let's put something into play. You got to be willing to put something into play. Can you type that? Kiki was 3 and you weren't ready. You know I wasn't ready. Okay, don't play. Because you still be watching. Even when that business is 3 years old, you're still protective of that business. I believe you become okay when it's about 15 years old, okay? 15, 16 years old. But you still can't get comfortable because you still got to teach and train that 15, 16-year-old development. Come here, somebody. Am I teaching? I hope that helped you. Yeah, you got it. You never stop training. I think you'll be okay when it's about 25, 30. It can kind of leave on its own. You almost can sell it. At that point. Okay, that ain't neither here nor there. But Liz, no, I was very protective of my babies, very protective of my children. I'm the same way about my business. I'm the same way about my ministries. I'm the same way to where I literally had to learn. My ministry, Women of Destiny, is now 14 years old. We're going into our 15 year. Come here. Women of Destiny is going into their 15 year, Liz. I realize that I have to not just raise this kid by myself, but I need, come here. I need a village. Yeah. So my next planning thing that I have is now a village. Come on here. 18 years old later, I will be going to the Lions Den. Come on. You better come on into the Lions Den. You ain't never too old to join the Lions Den, because in the Lions Den, Lamisha, I'm finna hope her. In the Lions Den, this is where you learn to partner with other people. Okay, your 18-year-old got to learn to partner with people and be at the right tables so that y'all can partner together and make money together. You understand me? That's the Lions. Okay, let me stop. This is not what this is about. Liz, why you do that? This is not what this is about. Okay. But yes, 18 years old. I need you to type in the screen how long you've been doing what you've been doing that you started that scared you to death out of your mind, but you started it. I need you to type your year. What year are you in? Right now, I'm in 15 years with the Women of Destiny. I'm in 5 5 years of Harden Enterprise. The BAM program will be 5 years old this year. Come on here, glory. 5 years old, 6 years old in 2026. Yes, because I start 2018. That ain't, girl, you got your numbers wrong. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Oh my God. BAM is going to be 7 years old. Come on here, glory. I started in 2018. I hope I got my numbers right. But I want you to type in the screen. What's your year? What's your year? I've been in business owner for 18 years. Can y'all heart it up for Liz? 18 years of being in business. Heart it up, heart it up. I need you to say, go Liz, go Liz. Let's celebrate each other. Go Liz, go Liz. 18 years, baby. That's an 18-year-old baby. We celebrate you, sis. I wasn't even going here, okay? We celebrate you, sis. Anybody else? I need you to type your year. How long? How long? How long? 1 year? Is that one, Nicole? If that's one, I need y'all to celebrate it. Go, Nicole. Go, Nicole. 1 year. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I see 4. Okay. What's up? 4 years. We celebrate you. Can y'all heart it up and celebrate Lee for 4 years of being in business? I celebrate you. Legacy Transfer, we will be 2 years old in a month and a half. Let's celebrate her. 2 years old. That is an accomplishment. And I celebrate every person. If you watch the replay, put your number now. If you watch later, put your number. Share this, like this. Yes, we celebrating you, sis, because of the amount of time that you have not quit. You have not given up, but you keep going. All right. So this is your time. This is your season to keep pressing, keep going. All right. Don't quit. Y'all know I love to celebrate women. So don't quit. Whatever you do, don't quit. Type in the screen, don't quit. I promise you that baby keep growing. The older it gets, the more it learns, the more it develops, the more it grows, the more it goes to the next level. Keep going. I know that's right. Go, go, go. So what am I sharing with you before your 2026 start? It is up to you. I done got hot. It is up to you to get to a point to where now you are literally learning the process. Come on, Tonya. The process of now I got to start now. You can't afford. Oh, type that. I can't afford to wait. I got to do it now. You cannot afford to wait and start planning for your next year. You can't afford it. You got to start now. I cannot afford to wait to plan for next year and wait later. I got to plan now. So what does that look like when it comes to that? This is where the momentum is built. This is where the planning is built. This is where the clarity is built. This is where the direction is built. This is where your purpose is built. This is where in the end, you know, I'm going to win no matter what. When I did my what do you call it? My vision board. I knew I was going to start a podcast. Get ready. New podcast coming out real soon called The Unscripted with Clyde and Tonya. Yes, I'm doing a shout out that you're going to be seeing different marketing that's going to drop here really soon because it's starting December 1st. First episode will drop. I cannot wait because I put it on my vision board and now it's here. Come on here, glory. You cannot afford to wait. You got to plan now. It's coming out. Unscripted will happen. Unscripted will go down in that day. Why? Because I put it on my vision board and I'm planning it out and it's happening. When you do that, you can look back and say, Lord, I trusted you. And now it has unfolded. I invested in me to make sure that I'm going to do it. Yes, keep going. This lady will dance in your closet with you. Yes, I will. She will definitely celebrate. Yes, I will. Liz, you know me. Baby, call me. If you need somebody to celebrate with you, I want you to call me. I'm your girl. Call me so I can celebrate with you, okay? If nobody else will, Tonya will celebrate with. I celebrate myself, so you know I'm going to celebrate you. I'm going to celebrate with you. So here's some principles that I want to share with you when it comes down to pre-launching your power. You have the power, you have the ability to overcome any obstacle, any trial, any tribulation that's going to come your way. My husband said this on Sunday. One thing about Next Level Success, this program that I'm getting ready to do, but one thing about success is that success has what you call seasons. Type it. Success has seasons. Success has seasons. And when success has seasons, you got to know how to move through the season, knowing that every season is necessary, every season is needed. Success also has seasons, but success also has struggles. That's the part they don't tell us about, Liz, Lee, Lamisha. Success, type that. Success has seasons, but also success has struggles. Yeah, there's a season. Lamisha, when I look back, Bishop talked about this Sunday. There's a season where, man, God gave us everything. We ain't have to ask. He just did it. He does it for you too. I'm not the only one. You're favored just like him. Whoever's watching this live, share this with somebody and say, girl, you're favored. This is you, your favorite. Success has seasons, though. You got to know that. So that's why I'm doing next level success next year, because I want you to know that every season gonna have success. I mean, some seasons are going to be successful, but you got to know how to handle it during your struggling season. There's a season of success success also has struggles. Type that. Success also has struggles. That's Bishop Harden. He said that. Success has struggles. So you got to understand that even though I'm successful in this season, what happens when I'm in the struggling season? I'm going to teach you that in the BAM. What happens, girl, when I'm in that season of struggle, that successful struggle period? How do I handle that? What does that look like? And I want you to start now for your planning now. All right. So what does that look like? And what is that, Tonya? What are some principles that I can use so that I can have purpose-driven success? Type that. I didn't change this whole topic. Purpose-driven success. How can I get to a point till I do that? Purpose-driven. Purpose-driven. You got to have purpose-driven success. That's not my first point, but I'm finna give you the points. I'm going to share with you four principles of how to be able to pre-launch power. Number one, you got to have, I've been saying this forever, but I hope you get it. Clarity starts with calling, not crowds. I want that to say. I got quiet because I want you to scissor that one. Clarity starts, that's my first point. How do you pre-launch power? Clarity must start with a calling, not a crowd. Because sometimes we want the crowd so that we can feel okay in what we're called to do. What she say? I need the popularity and I miss my purpose because I want to be popular in what I'm doing. No. You got to know that clarity starts with a calling. You got to be called to this. You literally got to be called to this. You got to be called to what God is calling you before you can think about what is this thing that I'm going to invest in, or what is this thing I'm going to do. You got to be willing to reconnect with your why and know what you're building and why you're building it. I know we talked about this before, but your purpose is not, your clarity is not because of what the crowd is saying. It does not matter what people are saying. That may not be your calling. Example, someone told me a while back, Sister Lee, they told me this. They said, Pastor T, I don't think I was Pastor T, I don't know what I was at the time, but I think you should, I feel like your calling is clothing. Yeah, they told me that. They said your calling is clothing. Your call, maybe your call, because I love dresses. I got a certain, my own little style. I do my own little thing. So they said, because you do your own thing and whatever. So you should sell dresses and clothing. Now, imagine if I would have turned around and listened to the call that they told me to. Come in, David. David, I don't want you to use your tools, but use our tools that helped us. Come here. I want you to use the tools that help us. Yeah, I think, Liz, they thought I was the first lady of a church, so that's what I was called to do. Lies. No, that is not. You got to know what you're called to. Have clarity. Don't let nobody be out here in the streets telling you what you should do. Know what you're called to do and know what you're supposed to do. And don't do it for a crowd of people. Even if they don't show up. Liz, this is what I realized, that when I started my master classes back in 2015-16, I started because I wrote a book, and my book had principles in it that I knew that I could use to be able to help people and also keep my book alive. Okay. You got to be clear about what you're called to do. If you're not called to do real estate, don't you do that, you will choke. You understand me? Oh my God, I feel like I'm being so harsh. Am I being harsh? Is that me? That may be me. No, I don't care. You on my page and you here to watch, you here to listen. So here we go. Yeah, don't do nothing you ain't called to do. Don't have these folks out here having you out here in these streets doing stuff you ain't designed to do. and it doesn't line up with what God is calling you to do. So don't do it for the crowd. Do it for what you're called to do. You have there's a season right now that's going on that I don't know, because I'm gonna get in trouble. Let me stop. That part. Really, it ain't for the weak. And even if you're called, if you say, okay, I'm called to do a daycare. If you don't like children, you're in the wrong field. Don't do that. Don't let these people out here fool you. If you don't know numbers, don't get caught up in stuff. Don't you do that. I tell people all the time, I am not accounting. But Liz, I do accounting. I do it for our business. But I tell them all the time, y'all need to fire me. This is not my calling. But I'm going to make sure I keep these books together until the Lord give us somebody. I mean, of course, we have a CPA and we have tax. We have all that. And we have people that look over the books, but I need them to rehire somebody else. Okay. I keep telling Bishop that. Sister Lee, tell them. I be telling them, I'm going to need you to hire somebody else. But I'm going to do what I have to do until we can get there. Okay. But you got to know your calling. You understand me? Know your calling. Be clear and don't get caught up in the crowds of what everybody else is doing. You get in that crowd and you will drown. Raw and real. You better tell them. You will drown, okay? Number 2, purpose requires proof, not perfection. Purpose requires proof, but not perfection. I think sometimes we want to make it perfect, and that is not the case. Everything I've done has not been perfect. I remember going live one time when I first started going live in Periscope. And when I started going live in Periscope, I'm sorry, it's a delay. Sister Lee laughing. Because she know I done told Bishop, let me go. Like, don't let me do this. Give me something else. I'm creative. I'm the one that's creative, come up with the ideas. And I'm going to use AI to get those ideas done. And we're going to make this baby bigger. Like, that's me. Let me do that. But anyway, you got to be willing to know that purpose requires proof, not perfection. And sometimes we think that we're supposed to be perfect. But I remember going live on Periscope and I was talking up a storm. And I had like 4 people. I ain't need a crowd. I just needed one person to show up. And I had like 4 people in this live, in this Periscope. And my whole mic was not on. I'm just talking. And ain't nobody told me nothing. Mic just not on. But it wasn't perfect. And I realized, okay, I'll just do a video for it. And when I did a video, I shared the video with those that was in the live. Because I didn't know what I was doing. But I didn't have to be perfect. It's okay. Everything does not have to be perfect. You don't need it polished and finished. Right now, we're getting ready for our podcast. It is not made. Lamisha been in there with us. Baby, we did what we could. And we're going to work it out until we can do better. We don't have to have it perfect as long as the message get out. Because our goal is to be able to help and empower people. So we got to make sure that we do that. So you got to know whatever you're doing does not have to be perfect. Just move forward. Finish the idea and move forward in it. Get in the right rooms that can encourage you and empower you in that area, but move forward in it. You don't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be put together. You got to be able to use what you got to get what you need to get. All right. Number 3, vision grows when there's a strategic plan in place. Vision grows when type that. Number 3, vision grows when there's a strategic plan in place. Again, you need a vision. You need a vision for whatever you're doing. I tell people all the time, you need core values, you need a vision, and you need a motto of what you're doing and why you're doing it. Why do you need a motto? Because you want to be able to, that be a catchy, you may be the person that's going to do a pitch competition. I don't know. But you need a motto. McDonald's, what is it? Burger King, have it your way. You need something that's going to be a reminder. BAM program where we create a space for women to win. You got to know, you got to have something that's going to be catchy, that be able to allow you to have a vision and a strategy, but you need that vision. You need that vision so you can know the plan. You can know where to start, where it's going to end. With my BAM program, there's 5 steps that I take people. And I know I start from the beginning to the end. And at the end of this program, my goal is for you to have this. That I'm reaching a goal. You got to be able to have some type of vision of what you're doing and how you're going to do it. You got to be strategic. If not, you're going to find yourself feeling stuck, and you're going to find yourself you're going to have signs where you're not shifting and you're not changing, but you're being complacent. and you're not growing. And I'm going to share that on the next one, because if you're not with this vision and you don't know where it is or what you're designed to do, I know with my vision for something that I'm doing in the future, that it's going to transition women from one place to another, right? I know that vision. It's not here yet, but Liz, you know what I'm talking about. Lee know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I know the plan and the vision, and now I just got to get in the right rooms to grab the grants and the funding and all of that stuff. You got to know the vision, though. Okay? Yeah, you got to know the vision. All right. Last and not least, this is the part that goes along with the vision, is that you got to know your needs for research and development. Come on, Liz, it's coming. Like, I feel it in my shanana. Like, I know it is. And I'm stop. Okay. You got to have future work ethics for research and development. R&D. You got to have some R&D. You need some rest and all that, but you need some R&D, research and development. If you don't research and develop your craft, you are going to be complacent in 2026. If you don't research and develop what you're called to do, you will not be resistant. You will not have resistance training. You got to have R&D. I mean, R&D, research and development. You got to research what you're doing. You need this. She said, oh, this is good teaching. It's free. Repost, right. This is free. Repost and share. You got to have research and development. Here's the thing. If I don't research right now, we're getting ready for a couple of things next year. One of the things, of course, my band program. We're also getting ready for a business workshop. This morning, we have the tools because we're researching, and now we have the vision of what the business workshop is going to be. Now it's putting in place what it's going to look like. But if you don't research, now we got to research and develop the right people that we need there in order to bring these things into fruition, in order to bring it into the forefront. But here's the thing. If we don't research right now, we'll continue to have the guessing game of the knowledge of what we know, not what we're able to see that's out there. I tell people all the time, if you're not tapping into AI, you can call it the devil. Go ahead. Come on here, call it. Come on. Oprah Winfrey said it. Call it the devil and be like the people did back in the day when they had the horses and they said, we have built an automobile for you to get back and forth. And you going to say, I'm still riding the horse. Keep on riding the horse. Keep on. Don't get in the automobile. I say this to you for business owners and whoever. If you ain't tapping into AI, that's a problem. Now the difference is still be authentically you. That's some stuff I'm just not going to do. But I'm going to be authentically me and bring me to the table. But I'm doing the research and development on how to grow that area. That makes sense? You got to develop. If you're not developed, right now, my husband and I are in training with our coach where she is training us. We invested into her and she's training us on how to remove ourselves, man, to build up. Shut up, Tonya. I know. I almost had a fit when ChatGPT was down today. I said, wait a minute. Baby, I went to Gemini. I was like, this is not right. But you got to be willing to research. Even if Chat and GPT down, you got to find what are other ways that I can research and develop. Get a book. Find you a book. Every business owner, I'm going to forever say, I'm finna give them to them, Lamisha, and you ain't even in the den, and this is for free. I'm gonna give you the books that change the trajectory of our business. Number one, E-Myth. E-Myth changed our business. E-Myth changed our business. Rich Dad, Poor Dad changed our business. You gotta read it with a mind shift. Both of these books. And Profit First changed our money. And did. Changed our money. That's free. Because leaders are readers and readers are leaders. And you got to have some books. YouTube University. You better research it. Now, some of that stuff don't be right, but make sure it's the right. Before I invested into my coach, I followed her for 2 years. Then I invested into her. I got nosy. I Googled her. You understand me? Don't be just out here listening to people. You better Google them. I Googled her. I went to her event and met her in person. I joined her programs and met her in free programs first and met her in person. Because people be out here lying and only have part of the plan and not the full blueprint. What she say, I said it and I meant it. They out here giving people false hope and not giving them the blueprint to what they're supposed to do. You got to research and develop. And especially if you're the one that's sharing information, you better know you tight and right about your information. Don't just be out here sharing this information. You ain't sharing it right. Or you're only giving them part of the ingredients and not the fullness of it. Okay? Okay, I feel like I'm fussing. I hope I ain't fussing. But don't be out here listening to everybody and you ain't Googled them. And you ain't researched them. I Googled and I researched and I met her in person. Because I need to see what you do and see how you do it. And after that, I'm gonna find out some more about you before I even invest in you. So research and so it's a couple of ways out here to do it. But the more you study your craft and what you're designed to do, you can create a pattern that can be effective for the next person that you can grow them. You understand me? You can create a pattern. So because we created a pattern with, I'm created with BAM program. It's something that I can repurpose all the time. Also, Lions Den, we've created a pattern and we have a blueprint. I'm not going to give it to, I almost gave it to y'all where you can go get it. I'm not doing that yet. But even with my husband have created resources that you can be able to use. Why? Because we build a pattern because of experience and because of issues, adversity, and problems. And we took that and we patented it to make it be strategic for someone else. So if you have an experience and you're not sharing it, shame on you. Because you got what you call the what they say, you went to school of hard knot life, baby. If you've been divorced and you know what it's like to go through the paperwork and you're not sharing that information for somebody else to use, maybe that ain't your calling. Cool, that ain't no problem. Don't do that. But if you ain't tapping with somebody else and already been there before you, that's been through divorce or grief or trials and tribulations, and there's somebody out there that said, God, if you're going to use somebody, use me, and I'm going to show them the tools of what it needs to be able to grow, because I've done my research and I've developed and I'm constantly growing. If we as the Lions Den business coaches, consultant, stop being developed, that's a problem. Don't show up with us. If we don't keep being teachable and learning from other people that have went before us and stand on their shoulders, stop following them. Stop following us. If I turn around and tell you I know everything when it comes to business and I don't need no, hey husband, that's my husband. Hey husband, my husband joined me live. Hi honey. Anyway, tell him husband, if me and you stop developing and stop growing, and stop doing our research and stop learning, stop following us. Right, husband? Stop it. Don't follow us no more. If I tell you that I know everything when it comes to mentorship and I'm not being mentored by nobody, stop following me. Okay? Stop following me. That and who else? Anyway, do your own thing. But you got to research and you got to develop. So how do you get to a point that your launching pad, you pre-launch with power? You got to have clarity. You got to have purpose and knowing that you don't got to be perfect. Bitch, say, please. Thank you, husband. Please stop. Please don't follow me no more. Please know I'm out here not being authentic or not learning. Or I'm in there. Oh, that's a whole nother thing. Because I ain't finna use nobody else's tools. I'm going to use what I got. Because it's my experience and my background. All right. And you got to research and develop. You got to have a vision with strategy. Any questions? I'm going to do for questions and then I'm going to go because I hope this helped. Yes. Great timing. Yes. Tonya, you did good. Any questions when it comes to pre-launching your 2026? Any questions? Husband, I'm so glad you can join. I know you'll be busy. Thank you. Any questions about your pre-launch when you are pre-launching and you're learning and you're growing? I always leave that for, but while you're in the midst of answering your questions, last time y'all did, so I want to make sure I always keep that available. I got one more week, and then y'all, I'm going on vacation. I'm going on a sabbatical. But before I do want to do a vision board party. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna let you know. Once I get that together, because I ain't playing nothing about that. But I'm like, we do it every year. We just didn't plan to do it this year, but we may do that. But I will say this. Listen, I'm getting ready for the BAM program, the Butterfly Academy Mentorship Program, which is a program for women where I am teaching women next year on how to tap into their next level success. Also teaching them that there's a struggle in success, but there's also a season in success, but also continue to preparing for your success. There's 12 weeks that I'm going to be pouring into you every Monday at 7 p.m. where I'm going to show you the blueprint of how to continue to walk into your success and preparing for the beginning of the year. I do it every beginning of the year. Why? Because it's the moment that everyone wants to be motivated, wants to be reminded. But the major thing about the BAM community, that it is a community of women, that women are coming together and they are collaborating and they're connecting and they are growing together and they're celebrating and they're crying together and all of that. And I cry with them, and we have all of that happen. I have people that have returned to this program, people that have been a part of this program. It is available and ready. It will be ready next week for the what do you call it? For the it will be ready for the Black Friday. There will be a sale next week. I would love for you to rock out with me and be a part of that. Until then, I see no questions. So I thank y'all for rocking out with me. Next week, we're going to close this bad boy out. This is a series. We talked about week 1. We talked about the importance of Unstuck Blueprint. Week 2, we talked about refocusing and realigning. You can join my waiting list. That is the link. You can join. That's Cicely put in the thing. You can join the waiting list, and you can get the information now before the Black Friday sale come out. But pre-launch today, and then next week we're gonna talk about next level. Look, like we're gonna literally kind of give you a snippet. I'm gonna give you a snippet of what to expect when it comes to the next level success, and we'll wrap it up. And I want to have any questions, man, from everything I talked about. So if you're watching this replay again, share, like, but any questions that you may have about how to really niche in and get in, not niche, but really dig in before preparing for your 2026, and watch everything unfold. And then make sure you rest before you start. And that's what I'm going to be doing in December. I'm going to be resting, but it's going to be stuff that's still out there. Unscripted coming to the scene, Bishop. Husband, if you still there, he probably not. But Unscripted is coming, which is a podcast that we're getting ready to do. And you'll be able to just share other stuff, all right, that you're going to hear about. And I can't wait. Until then, man, thank y'all for rocking out. Thank y'all for being a part. Thank y'all for showing up. Sign up for the BAM program. Sign up for that. Join my community, my Facebook community, where I also share the tips and stuff. But until then, man, remember, keep everyone in prayer. Keep my family in your prayers, and my cousins and family and friends. Keep them in your prayers. Keep them covered, man. The Parks family, the Bell family, just, Lord, rest in peace. And to my Green family, my family, which is the Green Chimney family. They like my family. We grew up together. And the Williams family. But also as well as my family, my Green family, my immediate family, Green family, and my cousins. Keep them in your prayers. Until next time. Remember, if you don't remember anything else, remember you are a product of God's grace and mercy. When you see yourself through God's eyes and not people, thank y'all for rocking out. See y'all next week for the closeout for the launching pad for your 2026. See you there. Bye-bye.